Alright, so in this video we're going to use the Google add-on for Google Docs called Gmath to type in math equations into a Google document using LaTeX. So first thing you need to do is pull up a new Google Doc. And you should have already added, you should have already got this add-on from the instructions that I put on the Google Classroom website earlier. So what I want to do is select that add-on. Again, it's Gmath. I have other add-ons, don't worry about that. But I want to create a math expression. So give it a few minutes to load, and what's going to happen is this little sidebar is going to show up, and as soon as it loads, you're going to be able to use LaTeX. Now, it has some pre-built in stuff for you, some of the basic stuff, but pretty much what LaTeX does is it's a sort of like a programming language where you have to type in a programming code, and it's going to spit out something that looks pretty. For instance, every time this new sidebar pops up, it gives you a default thing as a fraction. So here's the command for a fraction, and I want 3 in my numerator, x minus 2 in my denominator, and this is what it's going to look like when I hit insert. And then just give it a second, and there it is. Now, this looks a little complicated at first, and it can be intimidating, but it takes practice. Now, basic stuff, for instance, like x squared minus 3x minus 4. Notice I just hit the, I call it the caret key, very similar to what we hit on our calculators. But a lot of these extra buttons that you have to type for our commands are very similar to what you would type on the actual calculator. And then this is what it's going to come out to be looking like. Okay. Now, if you want to use, so I'm going to clear out that command and type in something else. Now, if you want to use some of these pre-built things, for instance, let's see, I want absolute value bars. Okay, so you just, instead of an A in here, I'm just going to go and type in whatever I want inside the A. So for instance, I want 3x minus 4 inside absolute value bars. I'm done. Type it in. No big deal. Now, just like we talked about when we did the GeoGebra videos, anytime you're using LaTeX or any new software for that matter, it's just a matter of practicing and exploring and getting your feet wet and taking the time just to kind of explore on your own. It's kind of like when you get a new video game. You don't really know how to play. Nobody that I know when they get a new video game actually reads the little instruction handbook. They just dive right in. Same thing here. You need to dive right in and practice. If I type in something that does not follow the correct command code, for instance, something like this, let's see, it'll still type out stuff, but it's not going to give me the correct thing. For instance, if I want to do the command sign, well, the command sign is going to come out like that. But if I forget that little, if I don't type it in correctly, then you can see right here in the preview window that it comes out just a little bit differently. So LaTeX can be a little different, okay, but it's pretty much the programming language that all science books and especially math books are written in. So it's useful to know. We're going to practice it in class this semester, but you know, if you're not good with it or you're not comfortable with it, it's not the end of the world. We're just going to barely scratch the surface as just a little bit extra this extra topic this semester. Okay. On the Google Classroom website, I'm going to post 2 links. One is a wiki book that speaks more about LaTeX, and another one is just a PDF that has pretty much every LaTeX command that you could probably want and more, just in a big catalog, and you just search for the command that you need to find. So that's it for basics of LaTeX. Again, practice and do the best you can.